welcome to Narrowboat at James Built. Hope you're well, thanks for joining me. Well, the summer holidays are nearing to the end now, thank goodness, so I can crack on back with the boat, which is good. I've got loads to do on the inside. It's an absolute state in here. But I've got the kids on board slow patrol at the moment, but I've got to do some painting outside whilst the weather's looking good. That's the plan. I've also got this video sponsored by Readly, so thank you very much to them. I'll tell you about them in a bit. Right, let's crack on. Now the red oxide's had quite a long time to dry in there. It's all gone off pretty good. I just want to kind of clear up the rest of this bow area, including the lid and the top of it, and get it all red oxided basically. So I've just got to scrape away all this paint, and for that I'm going to be mostly using one of them. Right, I'm trying to do quite a thorough job of this, so hinges are all looking quite a bit better. I think I'll leave all the grey because that should be fine just to go over with the red oxide. And I've done all round these edges here. I've stripped all the paint off, or most of it. This is all done, so I just need to kind of get in these little nooks and crannies now, get all this off there, off the bottom there, and then tidy up some of this stuff, go around all these welds with it all as well, sand it all back, and then hopefully be able to get some red oxide on it. Right, it's getting there. Now sanding it down to get a nice kind of even finish across it all. Right, I'll hoover that lot up, and then a little bit more sanding, and that should be good to go. Okay, just want to sand down these edges here, maybe do a bit inside that, and then I can get the red oxide down. I just want to clean up the inside of that as well, kind of highly visible. I'm quite happy with how this has all come out, to be honest. This is all right. Right, let's get this painted. Got a little bit round to do around the hinges and on the other side of the locker and the front bit there, but I'll do that once this lot has kind of gone off a little bit. But in this warm weather, shouldn't be too long. Right, now I need to have a proper sort out of this area. I've got more painting to do in here, but I need to tidy it up and kind of rearrange it a little bit before I do that. It's been sanded back, this wall. Now I need to go about getting rid of that red because it's darkening the place up. There's a bit of painting to be done on the port side as well, so let's get cracking. So these walls here are, I'll remind you, I don't think any of these are going to be visible, and if they are, they're going to be cladded. I'm thinking of doing tongue and groove on the bottom of this in areas where there isn't cabinets and stuff like that. So obviously in the galley and the dinette and the bedroom it won't be so much of a problem, but along here, this wall here, well actually this bit here I'm thinking is going to be a television, but the rest of it is going to be some kind of nice tongue and groove, maybe on a bit of a jaunty angle, which looks really nice. And kind of breaks up the design quite a bit. And talking about design, Actually, before I do that, I'll say that if there are, and I think there are some people that do painting and decorating as a profession who watch this channel, so I apologise because this is probably shit. But anyway, as I said, this isn't going to be particularly visible and it's going to require a few coats. Right, now design. So I've got my basic layout, I know all of that. All works in terms of proportions and sizes and everything. The only thing that does need to happen is the windows in the bow need to be changed for portholes for the bedroom dimensions to all work without having a shower in my bedroom or my wardrobe in the bathroom. So that's going to have to happen. But the rest of it, and pretty much in terms of layout, has all been sorted. But what I need to turn my attention to now, well, I've kind of had been for a while, is the design of certain things. So, and for that, as I mentioned, I've been using the sponsor of this video, Readly, which, as I've used before, it's kind of to magazines what Spotify is to music. It's a subscription service with like loads and loads of titles and stuff. But for what I've been looking at is just loads of different narrowboat designs, the way they're all laid out. Obviously, pretty much every narrowboat and canal magazine has got like features on various fancy boats. So I open up the app on my phone and immediately Readly gives me articles and magazines that it thinks I'll be interested in, and on my content is where I can save all the articles and things I have seen that I'm interested in, which is really useful as a reference point going back to kind of stuff that I've seen. I can kind of just easily bookmark everything, which makes life really easy. Here's an idea of a galley layout that I've seen, which I'm probably going to steal. I find the app really easy to use and navigate and find articles of interest, but one feature I really like is the article view, so it makes it much easier to read. I really should be reading magazines on painting and decorating tips because this is dreadful, but I'm going to sand it all back and kind of do another coat anyway. But I'd like to thank Readly very much for not only sponsoring this video, which has helped progress the boat, but also for introducing me to titles of magazines that there's no way I've ever read, like American-based RV and motorhome magazines, which I'm finding really useful in bookmarking articles about like power consumption of induction hobs and stuff, because that's something I'm kind of focusing on at the same time as all of this. I'm doing my power audit, so I'm finding I'm using the discovery feature on the app to like search for articles about lithium and kind of induction hobs, electric ovens and all that. So obviously this boat's going to be gas free, so I'm finding that really useful. And you can copy the articles and you can read it offline, so kind of that's quite handy as well, certainly when the kids are using my Wi-Fi. Right, I can now turn my attention to the port side lower wall. Whilst I do, let me just tell you about the offer that Readly have got for you guys. So I said it's a subscription service that you can cancel at any time, but the kind folk at Readly are giving you 2 months completely free to use it as you like. So if you click on the link in the description of this video or the pinned comment, it'll take you straight there. Download the app. They've got a desktop version as well, but the app's brilliant, so I suggest using that and give it a go. And once again, thank you very much to Readly for kindly sponsoring this video. It means a lot. Right, let's crack on with this. Right, this was that infill that Sweary Dam put in maybe a month or so ago, and you'll see how rusted it's got. I'll say I did this, I left this one unred oxided as a test. Oh, I remember why I didn't red oxide it at the time. It's because I ran out of filler for all these little holes. So I'm going to go and get myself some car body filler and fill them in. Right, in this beautiful evening sun, I'm going to go on with the car body filler. And once this has gone off, I can sand it back and then put the red oxide down. A little bit of hardener. This is a chopping board that Rob cut up to make for the runners for his aft hatch, which is something that I'm going to have to do because mine's just running steel to brass at the moment, so I'm going to need something on there. Like now, pretty good. You can see a little bit of the indent, but all the little holes have gone. Right, this has had a kind of second layer of paint on it, or a thicker first coat, should I say. And again on that side, so kind of let that dry. Got a bit to do at the end there, but I've got to sort out the steps. That is something I'm trying to work out in my head at the minute. But next thing I've got to sort out is the bow. You know what, with a little bit more ventilation, this could be a bow cabin for little Ivy. But in the meantime, I'm still trying to get all the bloody red oxide in here. But I think I'm nearly there now. Got to be a contortionist to work on an narrowboat. Right, I've got to go up first before the yarn goes in. There we go. Right. A few finishing touches needed on the outside as well, where the ropes were at the front here. Sorry. Right, it's starting to look a lot better in here now, and all the external steel work has been protected. So there was a few bits on the roof, the bow. I've cleared out the drainage channels in the stern deck. But what I need to turn my attention to next is first fix of electric. So I've got myself 100 meters of cable. This is kind of decent marine cable. This is 3mm stuff, and that's going to be the main runs down to the nav lights and kind of bow lights, and what else is up there? Horn, tunnel light. So I need to, this is going to do my head in. Yeah, so basically I need to unravel, oh my word. Somehow I've got to straighten this lot out and then pin that up, get the cable through it first. Yeah, but I've got another length of this which has already been straightened out. So, well, I'm hoping it has. I'm hoping when I've taken the clamps off it, it doesn't all just go like this, because then to do that over 14 meters is not going to be particularly easy. But that is what I'll tackle next time. Also this weekend, Marlon and Sweary Dan, last time I saw them, they were in Rickmansworth, so they're on their way up now. So I might have to go and help them make their last way up through Berkhamsted or something towards the end of the week. We're going to move down to Berkhamsted over the weekend. So yeah, there's a boat move coming up soon as well, which is going to be a bit of a tricky one for me. Even though they're both pointing in the same direction, it's basically from here, which is Donkeys, all the way down to, I think we're going to Waitrose, so that's kind of 4 hours. Oh, it's just going to take forever, both boats, and there's one lock where I can't open both gates, so that's going to be a nightmare. Not as much of a nightmare as this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Cheers again, Readly, for sponsoring the video. Until next time, take care, bye bye.